As COVID-19 was hitting the ground in March, we had to decide what to do for our annual MedTech event. We cannot be face-to-face, or we cannot be as many together. We had to be more agile and innovative to find a hybrid way to reach out virtually, live streaming, pre-recording, and I think this is going to be the new reality now.
Being able to create, again, emotional connections between people, between delegates, is really important when you build your online and offline experience. We also work really hard to make sure the audience get a really good experience with live interaction tools to recreate this emotional connection that you used to have in a live event. Physical live events used to be done in a location. You had a beautiful ballroom or any kind of function room or space. Now you need to build your online platform. You work a lot more on motion graphics, on video production, which are really important to create a really engaging content.
So this has been a challenging year for the MedTech community, and we wanted to take the opportunity to have our CEOs address their teams. And I think it's also important to maintain face-to-face connection. STB has been a long-standing supporter of APAC Med, not only in terms of financial support, but also with the marketing of the event, getting connected to the local media to make sure that we get an international audience as well. This event, we've had close to 1,500 people log in during the course of the morning, and it's the highest number ever for APAC Med.
I think what's clear during the pandemic is that many has gone through hardship, but many are not standing still, and they're moving on, trying to either pivot to new business models or adapt to the new environment. Our vision is for Singapore to be the most trusted, safest, and most innovative business destination, leveraging on Singapore's reputation for safety and hygiene to pivot towards new models and new technology to make this happen. So I think the MICE industry is in a good place, all ready for the days ahead.
Very good afternoon to all of you, travel intermediaries, event planners, and MICE experts. Thank you for tuning in. I am Raymond Lim from the Singapore Tourism Board, Area Director of our regional office in New Delhi. There are three parts to my presentation today. Firstly, I will be giving you an update on the COVID-19 situation in Singapore and how the MICE landscape in Singapore is shaping up in its response. Second part of my presentation, I will be briefly touching on some of the new tourism development in Singapore. In the last segment, I will spend a little bit more time to bring you through the various MICE support schemes to help MICE agents and corporates in their planning for their next MICE travel program to Singapore. In STB, we are very excited to be participating in this first ever virtual MICE Travel Mart 2020. The presentation materials are available for download at our Singapore booth, so please do visit us and engage with our MICE specialists. I shall start my presentation now. Singapore is currently in phase 2 of its reopening of our economy in our three-phase safe and sustainable recovery approach. Our COVID-19 caseloads is under control with 0 to single-digit number of locally transmitted infections in the past few weeks. Singapore is ranked the 4th safest place by Deep Knowledge Group, an independent institution. This progress builds upon our continual efforts to do three things. Number one, to expand our testing capacity. Number two, to conduct robust contact tracing. And lastly, to ensure that we have sufficient healthcare capacity to meet the needs, and plan ahead. Since 19th of June 2020, majority of our economy has reopened, subject to safe management measures being in place. Retail and F&B outlets have opened up businesses, and people are now able to conduct social and sports activities. Our attractions and places of interest have started welcoming back visitations by Singaporeans and local residents. They're all operating now currently at 50% of their capacity. Hotels have also reopened, and they're doing brisk business actually for staycations by residents. Cruises have restarted also for local residents. The restart of cruising is our latest tourism development. On the 6th of November, Genting Cruise Lines, the World Dream, had set sail on a staycation domestic itinerary for Singapore residents under a set of safe distancing measures and cruise safe certification. The Royal Caribbean International's Quantum of the Sea will follow suit in December. This is a milestone achievement towards our goal of retaining Singapore's cruise hub status. I would like now to bring you attention to the Singapore Clean program, which is our national mark of excellence for safety and hygiene. To date, 27,000 establishments, including MICE venues and facilities, have been certified under this SG Clean program. And our target is to cover all the 37,000 businesses within the tourism and lifestyle sector. Singapore adopts a deliberate, calibrated, and very cautious approach in the reopening of our borders for international travel, which is based on data and evidence, and also focusing on essential travel for a start. We have since made good progress with unilateral travel arrangements with 5 countries, while the rest are on reciprocal green lanes arrangements to facilitate essential business for a start. And more recently, the air travel bubble between Singapore and Hong Kong, which allows for travel without quarantine, will be commencing on the 22nd of November. Specifically for the business events and the MICE industry, due to the travel restrictions, hybrid events will become increasingly significant, where content is delivered virtually while retaining the live aspects that fulfills the participants' need to connect. This hybrid event format will ensure that the digital aspects complement in-person events. This means that MICE venue owners and planners will need to be adaptable and keep up to date with such changes to grow their businesses. I'd like to draw attention to the right-hand side of the slide to cite an example on how MICE venue owners are responding with their product offerings in Singapore. The Marina Bay Sands has unveiled a state-of-the-art hybrid event broadcast studio with hologram functionalities located at its Sands Expo and Convention Center. This enables MBS to be versatile in hosting events in a hybrid format and at the same time offer opportunities to wow the participants through immersive content. COVID-19 has definitely pushed the fast forward button and accelerated digital transformations and adoptions across the world. And today we use screens and live in virtual experiences more than ever. And that's exactly how the M&I businesses space would be redefined. A consumer-centric offerings that is digitally enabled and data empowered. Adoption of technology such as touchless and automatic experiences, and also the use of robots to reduce human contact. So how is the MICE landscape in Singapore shaping up? The Singapore Tourism Board had on 22nd July 2020 announced the safe resumption of business events, which is underpinned by a risk management framework for business events of up to 50 attendees. And this is based on a strict safe management measures. Singapore Tourism Board has trialed this framework in 2 pilot hybrid events. We are collaborating with the Singapore Association of Convention and Exhibition Organizers and Suppliers, SASIOS, to formulate an industry resilience roadmap for the MICE industry to do 3 things. Number 1, to establish best-in-class standards for new event safety measures. Number 2, to create agile business models with a focus on digital capabilities. And number 3, to develop pathways for professional development in a post-COVID-19 world. And since July, we have moved a step further to announce that we will start accepting applications from organizers to pilot MICE events of up to 250 attendees from the 1st of October 2020. So previously was 50 packs, now we are raising it to 250 packs. The pilot was successfully conducted for Singapore International Energy Week, and this enabled us to scale up and pilot trade shows, including foreign delegate participation. And the first will take place in a new event called Travel Revive in November. I want to spend some time talking about Travel Revive. This is a new travel trade show powered by Singapore Tourism Board and ITB Asia and will take place on the 25th and 26th November. It will bring together international delegates and businesses to exchange ideas, bridge knowledge gaps, and reimagine the future of travel. This show will trial the newly developed prototype for safe business events, number one. Number two, safe itineraries. And number three, digital enablers in Singapore. This prototype will provide delegates with the degree of interactions they would be accustomed to in a regular trade show environment, but in a far safer way which will minimize infection risk. This two-day travel trade show will feature conference sessions, exhibitions, as well as opportunities for one-on-one buyer and seller appointments. It will also be complemented by virtual experiences, which allows a wider global audience to connect with the regional travel businesses. The prototype includes creative solutions to enhance the health and safety for delegates, as well as digital enablers to allow participants to experience the event safely and seamlessly from the time they arrive to the time they depart from Singapore. Foreign attendees at this event will be required to use the Trace Together app to facilitate contact tracing. And some of the solutions that will be prototyped will include adopting innovations such as touchless technology and automated registration kiosks, as well as safety measures such as plexiglass shields in exhibition booths and meeting pods. And of course, leisure and R&R event is a key feature in trade shows of the past. Safe leisure itineraries will be trialed at Travel Revive, with attendees being gathered in designated smaller groups with safe distancing measures. We're happy to see that there's some momentum building up with two very recent successful bids for the rights to host the World Chef Congress, an exhibition in 2024, and the 110th Lions Club's International Conventions in 2028 in Singapore. These two events collectively are expected to attract 21,000 foreign delegates. Moving ahead, as more insights and data are obtained through pilot events, Singapore Tourism Board will work with MICE industry to adapt our protocols, and solutions for safe business events. These pilot events and solutions will help Singapore lead the way as a safe, trusted, and innovative destination for MICE events. On this note, I would also like to share a piece of good news with everybody. And despite all the challenges that we face this year due to the onset of the pandemic, it is an honor that Singapore has recently been named the best meeting city, country, and destination for 2019 by ICA, UIA, and CVent. These accolades are the result of the hard work of our stakeholders and those employed in the MICE industry. And more importantly, it demonstrates that the long-term fundamentals and strengths of Singapore as a leading MICE destinations will not change, even with COVID-19. MICE is one of the key tourism sectors that will be pivotal in our tourism recovery. The industry clusters that will be our key focus in securing MICE events include advanced manufacturing, smart and sustainable urban solutions, financial services, applied health science, logistics and aerospace, lifestyle and innovations, and digital. Singapore is constantly innovating, refreshing our tourism offerings, and planning ahead to deliver new experiences and offer new reasons to visit Singapore and revisit us again. While operating conditions will change, the fundamentals of our strategy of going after quality tourism will remain. I will next share with you some of the recent upcoming tourism developments in Singapore. Even as the retail industry in Singapore is currently battling the impact of COVID-19, we're actually quite happy that a third Apple store has opened up at the Marina Bay Sands on the 10th of September. This is an iconic development and it is Apple's first store in the world that sits on water. This is a sign of confidence in Singapore and opportunities that lies ahead as we work towards emerging from the current crisis. Expansion plans by the two integrated resorts will be pursued. The Marina Bay Sands will add a fourth tower that houses an all-suite 1,000-room hotel and a new 15,000-seat entertainment arena with MICE facilities. Over at the Resorts World Sentosa, two new attractions, Minion Park and Super Nintendo World, and a new waterfront lifestyle complex will be added amongst other enhancements in its 4.5 billion Singapore dollars investment expansion plan. And over at the new Mandai development, the animal theme experience will be brought to a new level with the integration of the existing Singapore Zoo, Night Safari, and River Safari with a new bird park and a new rainforest park complete with an eco-friendly resort. This brings me to the third part of my presentation, which will be of the most interest to MICE intermediaries and event planners. Singapore Tourism Board and its Convention and Exhibition Bureau provides support to both our Singapore MICE industry players and in-market trade partners and corporates. Singapore Tourism Board has got two offices in Mumbai and New Delhi, and they are staffed with MICE specialists who reach out actively to the MICE trade and corporates to offer facilitation and planning for the MICE travel program. Besides marketing and itinerary planning, we also offer financial support and incentive schemes to corporates, MICE intermediaries, and event planners. My next few slides will elaborate more on such support and scheme. India is one of the key source market of business traffic to Singapore, particularly for the meeting and incentive travel segment. There are basically 4 programs which STB has customized to meet the needs of corporates, event planners, and delegates, and they are all customized for different group sizes. These schemes are catered specifically to help them to plan better and pitch more confidently should Singapore be a destination of choice. One point to note is that these support schemes are offered before the decision on destination selection is made, typically during the bidding stage. We aim to influence decision making so that the schemes can be more effective. And my advice to MICE intermediaries and event planners, the moment you have a lead on the prospective group, whether the RFP has been issued or at the preliminary planning stage, please approach STB to give us the heads up so that we can advise you early how the various schemes can be activated to help you plan better. On this slide, broadly, you will see 4 schemes. The In Singapore Incentives and Reward Scheme, otherwise we call it Inspire, caters to small groups and offers the group a choice of free experience, while the Business Events in Singapore program, known as BIS, caters to large groups, offering financial support to the corporates to improve their program. The Singapore MICE Advantage program, or we call it SMAP, is a bundle of value adds offered directly to the delegates, while the Special Travel Agent Reward Scheme, or we call it the STAR, is a monetary award given to the MICE agent for securing the group to Singapore. I'll now zoom in on the individual schemes a little bit deeper. Under the Inspire scheme, Singapore Tourism Board has curated a menu of more than 60 experiences with our industry partners in Singapore. These experiences range from dining options, event venues, attraction admissions with extra benefits, tours, and including also team building activities. For small M&I groups that qualify for this scheme, the group can choose an experience which will be offered free of charge. The Inspire scheme is applicable for small groups with a minimum group size of 20 pax. The program is also applicable if the group has a fly cruise program with a minimum one-night stay in Singapore. The value of the free experience offered to the group ranges from Singapore dollars 40 to 100 Singapore dollars, and the selection of the experience will depend on the profile and the program of the group. We have since enhanced this program for the Indian market by offering now 2 free experiences instead of one in the previous scheme. The validity is until 31st December 2021. The business events in Singapore BIS scheme offers the corporates a monetary support to improve their program. This is catered for big groups with a size of 250 pax and above. The quantum of monetary award depends on factors such as delegate profile, scale of event, duration of event, and the program content. A minimum of 2-night stay in Singapore is required. This monetary award is given to the corporate on a reimbursement basis. And to further make the scheme more attractive for the India market, one free experience under the Inspire scheme will also be offered to augment the monetary award. This enhanced support will be valid until 31st December 2021. The Singapore MICE Advantage Program. This is a bundle of value adds and benefits that various Singapore stakeholders are offering directly to the delegates. These are over and above the BIS and the Inspire support should the group qualifies. The value adds include benefits offered by Singapore-listed airlines, Changi Airport with its very popular Changi Airport vouchers, including complimentary attraction tokens by Sentosa, and other ancillary services like the jet key for special check-in for commercially important persons. The fourth support scheme is called the STAR schemes. This is a reward given out to event planners to reward them for bringing groups to Singapore. Agents may accumulate the Singapore BAO groups and claim the reward after they have reached 50 pax. The minimum group size for each group must be at least 20 pax and has a program with at least 2-night stay in Singapore. This program is open to all MICE agents and event planners in India who are actively pushing for the Singapore destination. For more information on the quantum of reward, do contact us individually. I've come to my last slide. It is important that you know how to reach us in our two STB offices in Mumbai and Delhi. My colleague, Ms. Lim Soo Ting, oversees the Mumbai office. And under her charge, Maisha is your MICE contact person for West India, and Salini oversees South India. I head the New Delhi office, and Denzel will be your MICE go-to person for North and East India. I thank you for your time and attention listening to this presentation. Please drop us any inquiries or clarifications in the chat box. Please do visit our Singapore booth at MTM 2020 and interact with our MICE specialists. All presentation materials and Singapore MICE collaterals are available for download at our Singapore booth. Let's meet and connect. See you at MTM. Thank you.